In this video, I'm going to explain how to do some problems from Chapter 2, Section 3, and I'm going to do number 10, 11, and 12 from the book assignment. So this was on solving equations, and these are all two-step equations, but they involve fractions, so they're a little bit more challenging. So number 10 says that 15 equals a divided by 3 minus 2. So the first thing that we need to do to solve this, we want to solve for a, which is right up here. And the first thing that we need to do is figure out how to get a by itself. So if we want to get a by itself, we need to undo the minus 2 that is being subtracted from it. So I would do that by adding 2 to both sides of the equal sign. And then you simplify, so 15 plus 2 is 17. On the right side, we are left with a divided by 3, and the minus 2 plus 2 is 0. So now we are ready for the next step, which is to, again, we're trying to solve for a. So here's a. Now it says that a is divided by 3. So the opposite of dividing by 3 would be to multiply both sides by 3. On the left side, 3 times 17 is 51. On the right side, we have 3 on the bottom and 3 on the top. They would cancel. Or you could say 3 divided by 3 is 1. And you're just left with a. And you could check this by taking what we got 51, and putting it back in here. And then seeing if 51 divided by 3, well, that's 17. 17 minus 2 is 15, so it does check. All right, next one is number 11. Write down the problem. 4 minus m divided by 2 is equal to 10. This time we are trying to solve for m, so we need to look and see what is keeping m from being by itself. Well, the first thing I see is this 4 here, so I want to get rid of it, and if it is, it's a positive 4, so if I subtracted 4 from both sides, then I will, 4 minus 4 is 0, I'll get rid of it on the left side. I still have that minus sign. So now it's negative m divided by 2 is equal to 10 minus 4 is 6. And then the next step, there's two things you could do to solve for m here. You can multiply both sides by 2, because it's being divided by 2, or you can multiply both sides by negative 2 and take care of two things at once. That would take care of dividing, getting rid of the 2 and also changing the negative m to a positive m. So if I multiply both sides by negative 2, on the left side the 2's cancel, and I would have a negative m, which is the same as a positive m, which is good because that's what we wanted. And on the right side we'd have 6 times negative 2 is negative 12. And you can, of course, check this by taking and putting in negative 12 right there. So that would be 4 minus negative 12 divided by 2, and we want to see if that equals 10. So 4 minus a negative 6, and minus a negative is a positive, so 4 plus 6 would equal 10, so it checks. Alright, the last one, we can start by doing the same thing, adding 1/2 to both sides. This one I may want to do a different way because there's quite a few fractions involved. So I think on this one what I would like to do is multiply both sides of the equation right away by a number that will get rid of all my fractions. So if I multiply both sides by 8 and then distribute the 8 through, that would be 8 times x over 8 minus 8 times 1/2 equals 6 times 8. I'm running out of room. I'm just going to squeeze 48 in there. 6 times 8 is 48. And then 8 times x over 8, the 8's cancel, and I'm left with x. And on 8 times 1/2, the 2 would cancel into the 8 4 times. So I'd have 4 minus 4 equals 48. And then you could add 4 to both sides to get your answer of x equals 52. So that's one way to do that problem. You could also do the problem the same way that we did the other ones, except that you're adding, you would have to add 1/2 to both sides. So you'd have x over 8 equals 6 1/2. and then you would finish this problem by multiplying both sides by 8. Well, if you have a graph or a calculator, scientific calculator that can do fractions, that is not a hard problem. You can just type in 6.5 times 8. If you don't have a fancy scientific calculator, we would have to change 6.5 to an improper fraction. So 6 times 2 is 12, plus 1 is 13, so we'd have 13 halves times 8, which 2 goes into 8 4 times, and 13 times 4 is also 52. So that's how you would do these 3 problems. I hope that helped explain that. Thank you very much.